Hey guys, it's RetroGamingNow. We're back with the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and we're going to go ahead and try out a character we haven't used yet, and that's going to be Magdalene. So Magdalene, her strength is hearts. Let's see what we got. Technology 2. Real quick, I'll just say there's several different kinds of technology in this game. And we might have had one earlier, but this is a technology 2, which just goes on consistently, and you also get your tiers additionally. So anyways, Magdalene, her strength is that she starts with 4 hearts and has this item called the Yum Heart. And what it is it's an activated item where every time I use it, I gain a full heart of health. So it's basically a portable heart container which regenerates on its own. So for her, it's obviously helpful since really the best thing she has is her own health. This is a character that the way I usually play it is we got a die, nice. Try and get deals with the devil, since we can trade our hearts for something that's a little bit more useful. Again, like I said, it's nice to have hearts, but she also starts out with really low damage. And if you pause it, you can see she only has 1 tick on the sword. Having this technology is nice, though. Well, so much for not taking damage. But I can show you how the Yum Heart works. I use space, and I get a heart back. Alright, Larry Jr. Technology is pretty helpful for these because the way it works is each of the segments, I think, count as a different monster. And so you can, if you wanted to, you could split them up, but if I'm able to get a shot going straight down, then it'll hit all of them at once. Regardless, not too difficult. Again, though, because it's random, you just gotta be careful. Squeezy, tears up. And a couple of soul hearts. Alright, not bad, moving on. Splat. Alright. This technology has infinite range, and that is very helpful. Especially since I have a character that doesn't do a lot of damage. I can stay far away as long as I have to, and really avoid taking damage. It's a good item to have with Magdalene. Yeah, I think we got a little lucky that we got such a synergetic opening item. Alright. Ankh. Eternal life. So this gives us another life. And so, remember, oh shoot. When we use Lazarus, that is one of the things that this game has, is you can accumulate lives. It's not easy to do by any means. It's pretty rare. There's few items that do it, but it is possible to have extra lives. In this case, when I finally die and I use my extra life, I think I respawn as what people usually call the blue baby boy. But we'll find out. Okay, well, taking damage, but again, we have a character where taking damage is not really too big of a deal. Ideally, we could have a perfect boss fight, though. Actually, since I can take damage, I'll show you how this room works. Basically, I step on it, and I sacrifice, but I didn't get anything out of it, and it's not really worth trying it again, since I can't heal anymore. But yeah, so those rooms are... I very rarely ever bother with those because, frankly, it's hard to really sacrifice more than 1 heart at a time, I think. And, I just haven't really ever had a good reward from it. Like, I'm not even completely sure what rewards you can get out of it. So one issue with the technology lasers, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But again, it's at the the trade-off is that you can keep your distance while you're using it. Those Mega Troll Bombs can be a pain since they follow you. So I think the key is to play this pretty similarly to how I would normally, and do damage with my normal tiers, but when I can't get close, make sure I'm always doing some Technology 2 damage. And I believe Technology 2 is affected by my damage stat. I can't remember for sure. I don't see why it wouldn't be, though. Torn Photo, Tears, and Shot Speed Up. Okay, so this floor I'm going to try a little bit harder to not take damage because I want to get a... Oh, poor Isaac. I want to get a Devil Room deal as soon as we can. Well, that's going to force me to take damage. That's not worth it. I don't know what these are called, but they're mushroom turrets. They have a lot of health, but it's nice that you can't hit them while they're down. This is a new character, or new monster in this version, Afterbirth Plus. Alright. Moving on, we're going to get these out as soon as we can. I wonder if I take damage from touching them. Might be a good thing to find out. So here is going to be... Okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm doing a lot better now. I was going to say we have to try and avoid hitting this thing because we don't want to blow up when we're nearby because it explodes. Alright, with 2 keys, I am good to go. I can use the treasure room and get Brother Bobby's, another familiar. And this is pretty much the standard familiar. He fires normal tiers, just like our normal tiers. A lot of the other familiars have special, they fire different types of tiers. This one, oh no, I took damage. Oh, this one is the most basic of them. Again, like I said, taking damage is not the end of the world. This is a character that can take damage, but also the fact that I have health, a lot of health, makes it conducive to devil deals. And devil deals can be very good. There are some great items you can get out of them. Such as I mentioned earlier, brimstone. And we've seen the spiders on the wall that fire brimstone, but you can't actually get it, so that's your primary fire method. And you know, I mean, even if it's not worth it, it's always nice to have the option. Those golden poops, if you don't remember, if I blow them up, they spawn coins. But since I can't get to it, there's no real reason to do that. But I can show you. I just don't like blowing them up and seeing all those coins I can't get. But if I were to say get a item or a Hanged Man tarot card, I could fly over. Alright. I don't know what this is. Compost. Does it just spawn something? I don't know, I'll give it a chance, and I'll think about if I want to take it with me or not. I'm going to try and get the secret room right here. Nope. That means it's probably here. There we go. Alright, some more coins. I did use my last bomb. But, and see, if I'd have been smart, and if I'd have waited to go into the treasure room, I could have bombed my way into the treasure room using the secret room, and it wouldn't have used any keys. The Forsaken. Alright, I am not great at this boss. Because it also does that. And so you have to be nearby to it because you're not going to be able to move fast enough if you're away when it does the brimstone. And also it spawns these quite obnoxious enemies. This isn't as difficult though as there's a ghost. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a haunt. And it'll do that thing where it flies up top, fires at you, does brimstone, and moves like across. But shot speed up, and the sun. It's amazing how many times we're getting this. I wonder if they changed the chance that it spawns. But yeah, so unfortunately there's no way to get over there. And yeah, what the heck. I'll try out this new item compost, just because I've never used it before. Alright. Flooded Caves 2. Alright, these not super difficult. Just gotta time it right. Alright. Use compost and get a spider. So is that all it does? Spawn spiders. That's not a group. That's not super. Okay, it's not bad. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't do a whole lot, I suppose. Hopefully we can take these guys out using our range, because these rocks can get in the way of any maneuvering we want to do. I should look up all the names of these monsters, because I know there are names. Ah, I walked right into that. Well, now I'm going to wish I had that Yum Heart. Down to 1.5 hearts. Maybe even more. Yeah. So one disadvantage of Magdalene is she does not have fast speed. Now's a good enough time as I will use Sun. Why not? Reveals the map, kills everything in the room. There's a couple of champions. That one's a champion. We'll avoid those. Urgh. And you notice it did a full heart of damage. Come on. I'll take it. Let's see what it does. Bombs are key. Okay. It's not bad. We can get to the shop and see what's in there. Well, like I said, you know, talking about, ooh, this is an item we want. And I'll tell you why when we get enough coins to pick it up. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying, but we can try out the secret room and we can also get to the treasure room. Since I want more coins, I'm going to go and finish out the floor on this side, which I don't have to. If I was willing to sacrifice damage, I could do that. I don't see any real reason to right now. Come on. Whoa. Okay, I'm stuck. So if you ever get in a spot where you just can't go anywhere, you want to move fast, and just because you have that slight little period of invincibility after taking damage, so you want to use that period to get out of the way. Yeah, not having damage is making this a little bit more difficult. And you know, so that's the thing. In theory, Magdalene can get quite powerful using Deals with the Devil. I just think it ends up being harder to do that than it seems like. Just because you can't easily go through a level without taking damage. It's possible, sure. It's just more difficult because she has such low damage that she deals. Faded Polaroid. I don't know what that does, but I feel faded. I could fight a mini boss up here, and let's do it. Envy. I think in this case it's actually wise to keep the fires up because they can run into it and take damage. So close. Yeah, whatever. Faded. Wait, I just saw myself fading out. And you know, to some extent, it's just sometimes you don't have as good of a day and just not as good of a game. So like, I mean, if you're watching this, I think I've made it clear I'm doing this just because I like playing the game and also making videos. It's not so much that each individual run I expect to win, which obviously you like to win, yeah, but I'm not editing out so I only have my winning runs in. Speed down. That is not good for me to have. Whoa. Sticky bombs. Exact bombs. Well, I get 5 bombs out of that. That's good, but now my speed is about at a level where it starts to get difficult and tough to use, just frankly. Like, it's hard to move fast. If I had to move away from an item or from damage, I couldn't do it. The chariots. Alright. Wait a minute. I think I see what this does. Compost takes items on the floor and makes them compost and turns them into these attack flies and spiders. Okay, now I know how to use it because I was feeling like I'll use this just to do it. I attack, stab, stab. Oh no. The ragmen are tough. I mean, okay. Tough is not quite the right word. They're not especially difficult bosses. But you have to be a lot more patient than I think a lot of times I want to do. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to have enough. What do we have? Caves 2. I'm not sure we're going to have enough. We definitely don't have enough coins to get that item. That item we're looking at is the Bible. There's a couple ways I could do this. Here's what I'm going to try and do. We have this golden chest down here. I'm going to try and bomb it off of the thing. Okay, that kind of works. Push it down. There we go. Goat head. Okay. Oh, I wish I'd had this earlier. So, what goat head does is it makes it so that no matter what, we get the devil room. So I'm going to try one last thing here. Because we really want to get the Bible, because what the Bible can do is it makes it so that you can, if you use it, you can take out Mom's heart and Mom instantly. So one thing we can do is we can bomb this donation machine and get coins out of it. And there we got exactly what we wanted. So what the Bible does is it's temporary flight. It allows you to fly. And looking around, I don't think we had anything in here that flight would have been helpful, but so it's a, oops, I'm going the wrong way. It's an item I rarely really use in the field. I only use it on these boss fights, but there's some of the boss fights where you can take some damage. I mean, skipping any boss fight is always good. And so, I would take... If I can ever get a hold of this item, it's one of the most valuable items. Okay, and you see we opened up a devil room, because we picked up goat head. And, oh boy, we do not want to take this item. Dead cat, what it does is it reduces your hearts to 1 and gives you 9 lives. And I'll tell you what, it is so difficult to play with a single heart. It is nearly impossible, and 9 lives really, it's worthless, because if you just die with 1 hit, it doesn't matter. So that is a item that once you figure out what it does, you tend to avoid it. That's not to say you would never ever use it. And I think the time I would say that is if you're very close to the end of a level. Like, let's say you're close to the end and you have the Bible, and so I could defeat Mom's heart instantly using the Bible. So if I'm in a situation like that, and I think I could maybe, you know, go through each room just fine without taking damage, but I might not be able to do all of them in a row. Then I could use that and then sort of, like I say, lose 3 or 4 lives just getting through the level to get to the boss fight and then winning the boss fight. Because you're not going to be able to win against very many bosses, especially later on, with just 1 heart of damage. And you know, I'm saying this at my skill level. Of course, if you're good enough, you could beat the whole game without taking damage. And there are people who do that. And I'm sure you unlock something, but as you see, I'm not doing that right now. And these jumpers that do the high jumps and fire out are some of the more annoying enemies, I think, in the game. So again, since we have the Bible, it's not a particularly rare item, but it's such a valuable one that you really want to capitalize anytime you have it. And there's one way to do it. You notice I destroyed the rainbow poop, and the rainbow poop heals you completely. Alrighty. Keep on moving. Another one of these. You just gotta make sure I don't get caught off guard when he dies and spawns those. And my low speed means I really have to be preemptive with my dodging, since head on, there's only so much I can do. Alright. Oh, and I took damage from that. Just consistently do damage, keep it up, and don't slow down. Alright. Should just about do it. Alright. Brains. I think that green brain's a new enemy. It's just kind of going in a circle. One nice thing is that if you beat the room, all the items on the ground, like the blood or the poison, just disappears. So you don't have to worry about waiting for it to fade out. Alright, let's check what our item is. This is not a great item. Boom, 10 bombs. Okay, come on. The set we have right now, like I said, is it's honestly not ideal. We don't have enough items that really do something. Like, you know, bomb's great. You need bombs are all right to have. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'd much rather have a damage up or a heck, even speed up, because my speed right now is a little low. But the way I gotta think about it is I essentially only have two more 2 more bosses to deal with. This one coming up, and then the first boss in the womb. So as you may or may not have noticed, that's what the faded Polaroid does, is every once in a while I become invisible and the monsters don't know what to do. You know, even though I only have 2 coins, I did avoid that shop. I think I should probably go in because I have 9 keys. In fact, it would be nice to get greed in this situation because I don't have a lot of coins. And ironically, defeating greed gives you quite a few coins. So, nope, did not get it. Alright, so nothing there. And I could go ahead and face the boss. Not sure if there's anything else I need on this floor. Alright, use Mom's hands coming down. You do get a little bit of warning, because first of all there's the sound, and also you got the shadow. With bombs, though, we can try and find the secret room if we want. And this is a place where it might be. Nope. Could be down one. Nope, in that case, there's a couple more spots I see. There could be something coming off this room up here. We'll just take this and see what it is. Ah, come on. I'm going to get out of this. Whoops. You saw what I tried to do, and I failed at it, is bomb my way out of the room. Which, when there's a room where you're going to take a lot of damage, like this one, you can bomb your way out. Clearly I failed at that. Let's try one more place. There we go. Oh, now we got the greed. Good. Oh, he just went through that. Ah, boy. That's maybe it, boys. I would like to get these rocks out of the way so I can get a clear shot off. They do provide protection, but oh, there we go. But at what cost? Well, what I'm going to do is pick up a soul heart since I don't have a lot of actual hearts. Just one, to be honest. So where am I going? Over here. From the shop, that's what I'm going to go and buy. And then we'll see what this next boss is. You know, I could talk about not having great items. One of those things is the familiar. So, familiars are not bad. But familiars, I think they really gain usefulness when you have a lot of them. A single vanilla familiar is not super helpful. Okay, so Monster 2 is kind of similar to Monstro. The attacks are a little different, and you really have to watch out for that. The nice thing, though, is if you just can realize that he only fires in that direction. He doesn't fire up or down. You see, I'm trying to get some hits with the bombs, but I'm not quite doing that. And of course, when he lands and splats, he does a big circle of damages as opposed to all the kind of random throw up. Oh boy. Alright. Settle in. Unreal, he attacked even though he couldn't see me. I suppose that's what I get. Finish this off. Oh, that's it. I do have that extra life though. I forgot about that. So you need. So notice I'll respawn with only soul hearts. So you know, here's the thing. If I can play well and make it to the later levels, I can do fine. Because here's the thing: this next level, I have a guaranteed boss win against Mom. And you know, I could theoretically get past the wound without taking a lot of damage. That's something, again, it's just how well I do, and I don't know what that's going to be. First things first, though, is I got to defeat this, and then after that we'll talk strategy. And clearly I'm not doing super great. And the problem is I can't get close. And I'll tell you, as I've said before, this is what it comes down to. I don't do enough damage. It is just too valuable of a stat and something I am deficient in right now. I'm not sure I've ever got a damage up. No, I have the same amount of low damage I started out with. So the net damage I do is a little bit more because I have technology. But, I mean, you just see how slow it goes. And that was me just not paying attention, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. There's no way around it. And, you know, you're in these boss fights for upwards of 2-3 minutes. You're gonna make mistakes. And right now I'm making quite a few. It's gonna be real close. I still might be able to pull this one out. But, if not, you know,